What is up, my fellow vessels? And today I am going to be doing a video that I have been wanting to do for a very long time, but I have finally worked up the courage to do so. Now, I do apologize because I have been sick for the past couple of days, so I do apologize if my voice sounds a tad bit weird, or if I randomly sneeze or cough in the middle of the video. So please don't like that. I am sorry. Anyway, I am going to be taking 3 of my favorite YouTubers and giving them ideas for upcoming or future videos. So let's get right into it, shall we? And the first YouTuber is Popcross Studios, a channel famous for taking characters and redesigning them into different concepts. He's most famous for some of his more popular videos, like taking famous animated characters and turning them into mech armors. Now, my idea for Popcross here is, since summertime's rolling around and it's mostly the happy time of the year, I think he should do a similar video idea where he takes something horrifying, terrifying, and scary and makes them more uplifting and kind. And the way he should do this is by taking some of the animatronics from the Curse of Dreadbear DLC from Help Wanted and turn them into Marvel or DC superheroes. Animatronics like Grim Foxy, Dreadbear, Hair, the Jacko, Bonnie, and Chica, and maybe even those little mask-wearing plush babies. I think it'd be a really fun idea, and Popcross is no stranger to using FNAF animatronics, like the time he made a whole series of changing them into mech armors. I think he even turned one of them once into a kaiju, who he made a zombie apocalypse universe out of them. So yeah, Popcross is no stranger with FNAF. Anyway, for name suggestions for those Curse of Dreadbear characters, for Grim Foxy, something like, I don't know what, the Grim Fox. For Dreadbear, maybe something like the dreaded Curse Bear. Maybe for the 2 Jacko animatronics, something like the Jacko twins. And maybe for a 4th drawing he might do, how about like the little circus helpers. Again, these are just suggestions. He can come up with names all on his own. So, yeah. And maybe he can even throw in the whole Halloween thing aesthetic, and maybe he implicates some lore that these heroes are special heroes that only ever step onto the crime fighting scene during Halloween. Or maybe somewhere around the month of October. Anyway, let's move on to the next YouTuber. Our next YouTuber is Pokedex Fillers, a famous YouTube channel who makes a bunch of fan-made Pokemon for people who leave comments on his shorts and videos. Now, recently, he's been having a lot of heat tension because of a certain Pokemon he's made known as Cenemite. For those who have not watched his videos or shorts, Cenemite is basically a rock golem-like Pokemon that can evolve similar to Eevee. It can evolve by siphoning energy from evolution stones placed in the hole in its chest. But lately, people have been non-stop bombarding Pokedex Filler with new Cenemite evolutions. And it eventually got so bad that his most recent upload, where he basically advertises something called Cetaweek, where he basically goes through all of the absurd comments about new Cenemite evolutions and just does them all, and struck a deal with his fans where after this, it has to be done. No more Cenemite after that. Now, here's what I suggest for him during the videos during Cetaweek. You see, in the in the spin-off game Poketopia, there is a Pokemon known as Pikachu. I think that's the name. Please don't Pokemon for me in the comments. I'm not exactly the biggest Pokemon fan. I do really like Pokemon, but I've only heard of Pikachu or whatever its name is from a game theory short. Apparently, Pikachu, who is a Pikachu that in a desperate attempt to heal her other electric-type friends, charged them with her electric power and thus lost all of her electricity. This could be a very big implication because it basically confirms that Pokemon, when strained hard enough, can lose their elemental typing. And it's actually a concept that Pokedex Fillers has touched on before with their Create of the Universe Pokemon on Utopios that has the special move called Deconstruct that quite literally has the ability to rip the elemental typing from a Pokemon's body. And I think this also might be interesting for a way I might reveal later. Now, imagine that Pokedex Fillers has a game coming out known as Pokemon Void, which is a fan-made Pokemon game that explores his own lore with his own custom typing, including Cosmic and Light. Now, let's say he adds a mechanic that allows now, instead of having so many evolutions, let's say this new game, in Pokedex Fillers as a mechanic where you have a special Everstone-based tool. For guys who don't know, an Everstone is a special rock that can prevent Pokemon from evolving that allows users to de-evolve their Centimite and change out their typing. But let's say, that if a user uses this technique and de-evolves their Centimite one too many times, not only will the special elemental typing from the evolution stone be removed, but as well as Centimite's original pure rock type elemental energy being ripped from its body as well, changing Centimite into a broken form. Basically converting it from a pure rock type into a pure normal type and basically making it a normal, basically useless pile of rocks. Rocks being completely motionless and inanimate. And if someone sends it into battle, it'll basically do nothing, unable to use any moves or defend itself. Because, well, it's rocks. It's actually incapable of doing anything. Now, let's not be too unforgiving. Let's say they also add an NPC that can inject elemental energy, rock-type elemental energy back into Centimite. But instead of reverting it back to normal, it will instead return as a shattered form version of Centimite. Basically the same Centimite, just filled with cracks and further decay. And basically, the special gimmick of this Pokemon is now its DNA is not only so unstable but so fractured that it is no longer able to draw elemental energy from evolution stones. And now it is only able to do simple, pure rock-type moves because its fragile and shattered body is incapable of doing much more. I think it personally will be a pretty fun way to show people the consequences of I think it'd be a pretty fun way to get back at all those people who keep constantly bombarding Pokedex fillers for new Centimite evolutions. Alright, let's get into the final YouTuber. The final YouTuber I'll be talking about is Press Start to Laugh. Again, for you guys who don't know, Press Start to Laugh is a channel most famous for taking silent video game characters and voicing over them. Like all those videos you see of people voicing over Alan Becker's stick fight animations. Think silent characters like Steve from Minecraft, Haft, and any other silent protagonist you wish had a voice in video games. Some of his most famous videos involve 4 characters that are a crew in the military. Captain Dumas, Carter, Connor, and Johnson. They first appeared in What If the Crew Talked, in the video What If the Crew Talked in World of Warships. Then they appeared in World of Tanks, Project Playtime, Helldivers, and then their last video being the game Bigfoot. Now, for all of you who haven't been hit on the internet lately, it's actually been revealed that Subnautica 2, the prequel to the famous Thalassophobia-based game Subnautica, will be releasing later this month, and as it turns out, it'll actually have multiplayer compatibility. So, what I think would be a funny concept is, when this game releases, his Press Start to Laugh will create a video based around the crew being sent to the planet of Subnautica. Hint, I don't actually know the full actual canonical name for the planet, because it is too long and too complicated to remember. Because the military, he sent them there on a mission because they proclaim they are sending soldiers to different otherworldly planets because pollution is killing Earth and they need to find another habitable planet for humanity to live on. But a topic they brought up in their Bigfoot video is that since the higher-ups of the military sent Captain Dumas and his crew to hunt down Bigfoot without really any supplies or weapons, is that they were just trying to get rid of Captain Dumas because, one, he is very terrible at his job. If you've seen the first three videos that feature him, he has destroyed multiple tanks and warships and almost lost one of his soldiers, Johnson, in the Playtime Co. factory. Not to mention, he also has a lot of blackmail material on many of the higher-ups. So, it's theorized by Connor, that they basically sent them to hunt down Bigfoot, hoping the giant rage ape would just kill him and the crew because the higher-ups believe they could just easily be replaced. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if during the Subnautica 2 video, if they decide to do this, is that once again, they touch upon the fact that they were sent to the planet of Subnautica, which, keep in mind, is a planet full of water, and giant, possibly man-eating sea creatures, just to kill Captain Dumas, not only to get rid of an expensive liability, but also to get rid of all that potential blackmail, once again seeing Carter, Connor, and Johnson as expendable soldiers that can be easily replaced. And the reason that might be sent to such a horrible planet is because they didn't expect them to actually win against Bigfoot, despite being sent in with very little supplies or weapons. So yeah, that'd be a very fun, interesting video idea, and definitely a topic worth looking into. Thank all of you for watching, and I very hope you enjoyed. Again, sorry about my voice and all the coughing. I still hope you enjoyed this video anyways, but what I need is one more final gift from you. I need all of you to share these videos. I need all of you to share this video with the YouTubers mentioned in this I'll give the links for their YouTube channels down below in the description. And I want all of you to share this video with them so my ideas can reach them, and who knows, maybe they'll even take my suggestions. I love you all. Goodbye.